Episode 4 starts with Rick reminiscing about his childhood, getting lost in a book about a hero taking on the ultimate monster, Kaiser Alpi, to nab the Akashic records. The hero, of course, flopped spectacularly and left the records for future adventurers. Young Rick decided right then and there he wanted to be an adventurer. His mom, however, suggested a safer career path, while his dad bluntly told him to get a real job before throwing his life away. One day, during a routine checkup, Rick's doctor dropped a bombshell. Rick had an innate skill, a rare trait akin to Yamato, the hero from his beloved book. The catch? It would take some time to manifest. Ever the optimist, Rick was over the moon, seeing this as his golden ticket to adventuring glory. Rick eagerly shared the news with his friends, but as days turned into weeks, and then months, his innate skill remained as elusive as a unicorn. His friends, being the supportive bunch they were, suggested he pursue adventuring anyway since most adventurers didn't have innate abilities and still made decent money. But Rick's dream wasn't about the money. It was about being a hero like Yamato. Realizing he couldn't achieve that, he reluctantly decided to get a real job. His parents were thrilled with his decision. Rick spent the next few years working as a receptionist, watching adventurers live out his dream. Over time, he became jaded but accepted his life, finding solace in the company of friends and family. One day, he stumbled upon his old storybook about Yamato, now just a relic of his childhood dreams. At work, Rick helped Alyssa, a new hire, and warned her about the increased monster activity. One of Rick's adventurer friends proudly flaunted his new B-rank status, making Rick both happy and envious. To cope, Rick turned to his favorite pastime, drowning his sorrows in booze, wondering what could have been if he had pursued adventuring. Amid his musings, a commotion in town caught Rick's attention. A mid-rank hand troll was causing chaos, and despite his fear, Rick couldn't ignore a woman in its path. As he braced for a heroic but gruesome end, Renette, an S-rank adventurer, swooped in and effortlessly dispatched the troll. She told Rick not to worry about her safety and introduced herself. Impressed, Rick asked if she was a B-rank adventurer. Renette revealed her S-rank status, leaving Rick flabbergasted. He shared his childhood dream of adventuring and asked if it was still possible at his age. Renette, noting his courage, explained the crucial role of mana reserves, which are nearly impossible to build as an adult. Rick, though expecting this answer, still felt the sting. Finding solace in the fact that an S-rank adventurer gave him the truth, he decided to settle into his ordinary life. Renette apologized if she hurt his feelings, but Rick appreciated her honesty, finally finding closure. Plus, it's not every day he gets to meet a lady as pretty as Renette, so he jokingly invites her to grab a meal with him sometime. Surprisingly, Renette immediately agrees and offers to meet him the next day. Rick is on cloud 9 and decides to work even harder, even wishing his friend Zayd luck on his next quest without a hint of jealousy. By the end of the day, Rick is practically skipping to meet Renette, hoping their date might lead to something more. But just as he's about to meet her, he hears screams. Monsters are attacking. Rick's date plans go up in flames. Assuming Renette is already fighting, he rushes to check on her. She's holding her own, but with more monsters approaching, she asks Rick to stand back while she handles it. Moments later, the battlefield is covered in monster chunks, and Renette looks barely warmed up. However, she suddenly collapses, haunted by traumatic flashbacks. A monster shows up as Renette has a panic attack, and Rick, unprepared to defend her, is saved at the last second by Zayd. More adventurers arrive, and Zayd explains that the guild issued an emergency quest. He tells Rick to get Renette to safety. As Rick realizes his deep-seated jealousy, Renette warns him of an imminent danger, a dragon. Rick is skeptical until a dragon flies overhead. Panic ensues as a magician breaks protocol and attacks the dragon, leading to the B-rank group being decimated. Trapped in a barrier the dragon created, Rick, feeling the fire of his long-buried dream reignite, decides to face the dragon head-on. Picking up a rock, He throws it at the dragon, motivating the other adventurers to join the futile effort. The dragon retaliates with its fiery breath, and Zaid protects everyone with his iron body skill, but they still suffer significant damage. Rick, barely alive, walks towards the dragon, determined to make his dream come true. As the dragon steps on him, his dormant innate skill awakens, allowing him to survive and push the dragon away. Overflowing with magical energy, Rick blocks the dragon's fire and counters with a punch that kills the dragon instantly. After the battle, Rick collapses and wakes up in a hospital bed a week later, in great pain. Renette informs him that he overloaded his magic circuits and should be dead. She has been waiting by his bedside to invite him to join Orichalcum Fist, a party aiming to defeat Kaiser Alpi. Moved to tears by Renette's faith in him, Rick finally feels supported in his dream of becoming an adventurer. And that brings us back to the present, where Rick has just officially passed his E-rank exam, and for the first time in his life, he can proudly say he's an adventurer. Rick's journey from desk job to Dragon Slayer has just begun. If you want to see if he can juggle adventuring and dating an S-rank hero, smash that like button and subscribe. Remember, subscribing is like giving your favorite NPC a legendary weapon. Every click counts.